Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith were once one of Hollywood's most talked about couples. Their love story had everything: young romance, fame, heartbreak, and second chances. But now, at 75 years old, Don Johnson has finally shared something that he kept inside for decades. It is not just a story about a relationship, it is about regret, love, and a truth that he could not face until now. So, what was this truth? And why did it take him so long to speak up? Let us walk through their story and hear what Don had to say after all these years. The story of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith began in the 1970s. Melanie was just 14 when she met Don on a movie set. He was 22. At the time, Melanie's mother, actress Tippi Hedren, was working on a film with Don. That is how the two met. By the time Melanie turned 18, they were in love. They got married in the year 1976. But the marriage did not last long. Just 6 months later, they split. Many thought that was the end of their story. But it was not. Years passed. Both Don and Melanie had their ups and downs, both in careers and personal lives. Then, in the year 1989, something surprising happened. Don and Melanie got back together. This time, things felt different. They seemed happy. They got married again, and soon after, they had a daughter, Dakota Johnson, who would grow up to be a famous actress herself. For a while, the family looked picture perfect. But behind the scenes, not everything was as it seemed. Both Don and Melanie had struggles that most fans did not know about. Don battled with addiction for years. Melanie had her own emotional battles. Fame was not easy for either of them. They tried to make the relationship work, but the pressure kept building. In the year 1996, they divorced again. It was the final goodbye. But even after the divorce, they stayed connected, for their daughter Dakota. And as the years passed, something started to change inside Don Johnson. Now in his 70s, Don Johnson has started speaking more openly about his life. He is not the same man he was in the 1980s or 1990s. He is calmer, more thoughtful. And recently, he opened up about Melanie in a way he never had before. In an interview, Don said something that caught everyone's attention. He said, "I did not know how to love properly back then. Melanie was the best thing that happened to me, and I ruined it." These were not just words. You could hear the sadness in his voice. It was not anger or bitterness. It was regret. So what was the truth Don finally admitted? It was this: he never stopped loving Melanie Griffith. He admitted that his actions, mistakes, and pride cost him someone who truly cared for him. He talked about how he did not treat her the way she deserved. How he was too focused on his own problems to be the partner she needed. He did not blame her. He blamed himself. And even though both of them moved on and lived their own lives, Don said there has always been a part of him that wonders, what if we had gotten it right? What about Melanie? She has not spoken as openly as Don, but in past interviews, she has said that Don was her first love. She once said, "We were too young, too wild, but there was always love there." Even though their relationship ended, Melanie never spoke badly about Don. She always showed respect. They both shared something special, something that even time could not erase. And perhaps the biggest sign of that is their daughter, Dakota Johnson. She once said that she is proud of her parents and everything they have gone through. Don Johnson's words remind us of something important. Sometimes, we do not realize the value of something until it is gone. Sometimes, people come into our lives at the wrong time, and we do not know how to hold on to them. Don's truth is not just about a relationship. It is about looking back, learning, and being honest, even if it is painful. At 75, he finally had the courage to say, "I failed someone I loved deeply." That kind of honesty takes strength. Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith may not be together anymore, but their story still touches people. It is a reminder that even stars have regrets. Even they make mistakes in love. but what matters is what we learn from it, and whether we have the courage to tell the truth, no matter how long it takes. Thank you for watching. If you found this story moving, please like, comment, and subscribe for more real stories from the lives of the stars. We will see you in the next video.